Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Scoot Scoot Friday. I think that's how we call it. Yeah, Scoot Scoot Friday. Episode 23. Wow, it's a lot of episode. I'm joined by Huda. Hi, and
Hello,
by
everyone.
Rachel.
Hello.
And we are all working from home today. Look like
I was at the office, but I was the only one, me and Xavier, so we called a bit early. There's some construction going on, so
nice. How are you all doing today?
pretty good, pretty good.
Pretty
Just
good, yeah.
went on a scooter ride on my air, so I'm enjoying it so far.
Nice. Huda number one from Austin. Let's go. You have some fun in the chat, Huda.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hey, Austin.
All right. So to this week, I think we're gonna mostly take questions. If it's anything like last week, I'm gonna spend the 30 minutes just answering questions. Maybe we can give some time for people to write their question and come in. And in the meantime, we can talk about the beta group. So Rachel, you've been doing most of them. The beta group, meaning like people that are testing the pro right now. We have like not a one-on-one, but 10 on 10. I don't know how you say that, but focus group video chat every week with different groups, and we collect feedback basically. So how has that been going so far?
It's going really well. So yeah, like Elwa said, basically we have right now in Canada, there's 54 people that are testing the scooter. So a big chunk, and we have the US section that's starting next week, which is really exciting. So basically they are, riding the scooters in the wild. And then every week we're having some video chats with myself, some of the marketing team, Elwa and Derek from software. So we're just asking some general questions, getting feedback from everyone, resolving issues, and then also just getting some ideas on what are the most important features for them, what are some features that they don't really care about, and what can be improved in the next production run. So I think they've been going really well. We've been getting a lot of good feedback and a lot of great ideas on how to improve the scooter as we go forward. So really enjoying it so far. And I think I mentioned this last week, but for the future models, we're also going to be running beta programs. So if anyone that's on this call is interested in joining, that kind of whole focus group survey testing kind of initiatives, either you can go to our innovation page on the website and you can enter your email and sign up, or you can just send us an email at support@apolloscooters.co and we'll add you to the list for, the future beta groups that we're going to have coming up. So it's been going really well. And Elwa is probably has too much feedback than he can handle now that we're sending him like 32-page transcriptions of these calls.
Yeah, it's a lot, but it's great. It means it's just showing that it's actually working. And a lot of these feedback, it's things we knew that we could improve. So far, nothing really surprising. So that's great. What is there one piece of feedback? What is one piece of feedback you keep seeing every focus group we're doing?
In terms of software, we've been seeing most people that they want to have with their phone to also go landscape when they are riding with phone as display. So I've heard that from, I think every group I've heard at least one or two times. So that's been one that I think Derek has at top of mind. And then for the actual scooter, I think honestly I've heard mostly positive feedback. Like people really like the design. I think like the design, speed, and the power are the three things that keep coming up on the positive side. And I have to think about one thing that they've asked to change. Honestly, I haven't heard much so far. People are really loving the design. So good work.
That's great. That's great. Yeah, I think the only thing for the hardware that we could improve is also because right now the front suspension is squeaking on most units. So we found a way to fix that by adding bearings in the future production. So that's great. And right now we are making the Apollo Explorer too in China, the prototypes, and that's like one change that we learned in the beta group that we already applied to that prototype. So it's great to see that even other models, the feedbacks we are getting, we can apply it to the new ones. So I can only imagine when we're going to get to the beta testing of the Explorer, how better it's going to be by taking into account all those feedback. But yeah, a good job, Rachel, for doing those beta groups. It's so much work, like at night or on the weekend. It's yeah, thank you. Let's look at some question. Bubble Magic, Hen Pink waving. Hello, Michael Marco. Another great week of writing. Yes, indeed, Michael. Michael, which is one of our beta tester. Austin, hey y'all, can't wait for the Pro. I received an email providing an update on Pro beta delivery. It said that there was an option to have it shipped directly to me. Is that still an option?
Yeah, I can answer that. So basically, when you first signed up, you selected which city you were in, and then you selected if it was shipped or pickup. So whatever you originally communicated to us is what we have on our file in terms of if it's shipped or pickup. If you're not sure what you said, you can obviously shoot us an email and we'll be able to let you know. But in general, for people that are located in Los Angeles and New York, it will be pickup. And for all the other cities, we're going to be shipping them out, unless you ask for an exception, which some people did. So it depends kind of what you communicated to us, and you can reach out to us if you are not sure.
Perfect. Thank you. Austin again, Huda number 1. Yes, let's go. Doni, I got a Pro beta shipment notice, but it was a quad lock for the phone.
Yeah, again, I think we talked about this quickly last week. There was an issue where we used the same order numbers for the fulfillment to create the shipping labels for the cases. So everyone got a shipping notice saying that their Pro was on the way, which was a little exciting. And then it turned out to be a quad lock. So don't worry, you're going to get another shipping notification this coming week for your Pro. And it's not just you, that happens to everyone. So not to worry.
Thank you. Alfredo, love my Polo Explorer. Great. I'm sure you're going to love the new one as well. Doni again, is NYC beta program still local facility pickup?
Yes. So I think the email just went out like maybe an hour ago. So in there's a booking link that you can click on. And then once you schedule your time for pickup, in the confirmation email, it will show you the address of the repair center. And then you can just show up at your book time and you'll be able to pick it up.
Perfect. Thank you. Alex Wright, everyone, thanks for all your hard work on the Pro Beta. The group session this week was fantastic. I hope we can have a Pro Beta group right at the end of the beta test. That would be awesome. Indeed, that'll be great. Alex is making a ride in Ottawa with the Pro for everyone to try. So thank you, Alex, for that. I really appreciate it. Michael Marco, add me for the Explorer beta, please. Yes. Well, like Rachel explained, it's easy to join that program. And stay tuned for the next prototype. Stefan Davis. So I have a really early version of the Apollo City 22. Brake lights stay solid and doesn't flash when the lights are on. Will that be fixed with an app update? Yes, we can fix this, and we do have the firmware available. The dev right now are focusing on the Pro. We just have two dev for mobile app. They're focusing on the Pro, and we are the back-end dev, which is another team. They're building a portal right now that we can select for those model. It's this firmware, so because right now it's like a very manual when we want to push a firmware update. So when this is going to be built and ready, well, we're going to upload all the latest firmware, and the flashing light that you're referring to is part of this firmware update. And there's a bunch of other things, like the cruise control. There's a new way to activate it. So stay tuned. We're going to be releasing more detail on that soon. Rupak Shakur, nice name. Hi, I'm seeing more and more people reporting delays in shipping with Phantom V3s. When can we expect the shipment to go out?
I can talk. This is the message that you're talking about, right? Perfect. So 150 units of the Phantom V3s arrived in Canada and are expected to be delivered at the Canadian Fulfillment Center early next week. So yeah, we apologize with all the delays that have been happening, but it's really exciting that they're going to be here next week. So you can expect shipping notifications next week.
Thank you. And regarding those delays, it's just we made the choice to delay shipment if it means we can do more QC on it to be sure everything is going out perfectly, rather than shipping you a unit with scratches or whatever that's going to come back to us anyway. So sorry about that, but it's definitely going to be worth it. From Bubble Magic, question: I heard you can install an 11-inch tire on the stock Phantom rim. Is this correct? I never heard that, so you would have to try and let us know. But from what I guess it's possible if the side of the tire is big enough to fill between a 10-inch and a 11-inch motor. But I don't know. I never saw that. And I think you're gonna need to remove the fender, and then it might. I think in the front and the back you have enough clearance, but yeah, without the fender, obviously. When will the Pro retractable lock be available and price? So the next batch, we made the V1, we made the V2, we made videos about them, which we're going to be releasing soon, I believe. Maybe Rajan, you can comment in the chat when those videos are coming out. And now we are making the V3. The V3 is the same thing as the V2, but just from the mold instead of being CNC'd. Expecting those samples to arrive early October. Then we're going to be releasing the video about them. And after that, we open the production. So probably late November, early December. Right now, I'm aiming for the same time as we deliver the official production of the Pro. But yeah, really cool lock. For the price, I'm not sure yet, around maybe 129, something like that. And it's going to be like a premium experience. It's like our upgrade kit. You have the fancy box. You're going to have the stem bracket that fit on all our models as well. So if you have more than one, you can change it, which is nice. But yeah, end of the year. That's a short answer. Jerry Forey. Hey guys, I didn't receive my Beta Pro in Houston, Texas this week. Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. Yesterday was 107 degrees Fahrenheit. Just wondering what has changed with the shipping schedule and when will I get my Pro?
Yeah, I can answer that. So there actually hasn't been any changes. We didn't communicate that anything had shipped yet. So it's not surprising that you didn't receive it. They're starting to ship out the units from the LA hub tomorrow, Saturday. So you can expect to get a shipping notification next week. And then depending how long, the shipping takes. So it should come late next week or the following week, depending on the shipping timelines. But you'll get a notification and it should be in the next few days.
Wonderful. Thank you. From Inar Palkojensen. When will my Phantom V2 60 volt when will Phantom V2 60 volt get its upgrade? We mentioned it multiple times here. There's going to be no upgrade for them because it's overheating. We made those controller, we have them at the office, but it's just overheating too fast. So that's why we made the decision to not release one. If you really want to keep the Phantom and have access to the V3 and you don't care about the price, you can always downgrade to a 52 volt. It's not ideal, but that's really the only way you're going to get a V3 on a Phantom. Sorry about that. But again, upgrade kits are things we do afterwards. When we release a Phantom V1 and V2, I didn't plan to retroactively do an upgrade kit. So I'm happy that we could offer it to the 52 volt, but for the 60 volt users, unfortunately, it's never going to happen. Just want to say that the service with you guys has been absolutely fantastic. Thank you. From Steve Arbeck, another Pro Beta tester. So good job, Buddha. Good job, Rachel. Again, Steve, I know you had some problem with your unit. I was there earlier looking at it actually at the warehouse. So thank you for bearing with us. And it's those problems that you highlight that's going to make it so much better for the official Pro production. So thank you. Mike Paulson, did I hear that you're doing some final QA on the Phantom coming from the factory? Were there some component in these batch that needs some extra work from your side? No, it's at the factory. We have like a team of Apollo QC employee in China, and we switch them between factories. We have 2 factories in China. So when they go, let's say, the Phantom factory, I want them to take the time to really inspect everything properly, and that's why sometimes they tell me, well, to do it like really properly, I need 3 extra days. So then we need to, let's say, delay a container from 4 or 5 days, and that's where sometimes the delays are coming from. And that's what I mean, that we take the extra time in China to be sure that the scooter you receive here is in perfect condition. Why can't all scooter have self-healing tires? Well, they all have it, except for the Phantom. It's because it's a split rim. Split rim, you need to put inner tubes in it, and that's why we don't put tubeless tire on the Phantom. It's because we are finally at a good place with the Phantom. There was a couple issues that needed to be fixed, and now finally it's stable. Everything is solid, so we don't want to now have to switch the motor again. And switching the motor is more complicated than what it seems. You need to really the controller that you make for those motors, you need to change all the programmation of it. So we want to keep it tubeless tires, and if you really want it, then you can upgrade to the new Explorer, the City, or the Pro, one of those scooters. And we also just decided to stop always improving the Phantom. It's at a good place right now, and from this factory, and you see the difference between the City and the Explorer, the City, the Pro compared to the Phantom. Like, they don't look like the same scooter, they don't look like the same family, and it's because, well, they're not from the same family. One factory is making one, the other factory is making the other, and I think where we are at right now with the Phantom, everything is stable. I don't want to throw anything else new at this factory, and that's why it's going to stay like this. Why can't Phantom come equipped with self-healing 12-inch tire? I'd buy instantly if I add that because of the reason I just explained. And if we want to put 12-inch tires on a 10-inch scooter, you need to redo the whole geometry. And it's also super expensive to ship 12-inch tires because the scooter is just so much bigger. Are there going to be any more beta testing opportunities for future scooters from Apollo? Rachel, do you want to talk about this one again? Are there going to be any more beta testing?
Yeah, for sure. We're going to have a couple coming up. So like I said, you can email us and we can add you to the list. Or Rajan, do you mind putting in the chat the link to the innovation page on the website? Because there's a form on there and you can indicate if you want to be part of like software testing, hardware testing, or just general like stuff that we're working on. So you can use that link and we'll definitely get back to you.
Thank you. Jeff Bill, we need better tires on your scooters, self-healing 12-inch tires. I think it's different use case for scooters. Some people want 10-inch, some people want 12. Like, you won't fit a lightweight scooter in your trunk with 12-inch tires. So I think even with our 10-inch tires, we are above entry-level scooters. Like Unagi has 7.5-inch tires. So just depending on what you want to do with the scooter. But I agree that 12-inch are pretty cool. Is that for all Canada order? Scotty, what are you referring to? Maybe Rachel, what you were saying? Is it only for Canada or both US and Canada?
For the beta testing, it would be for Canada and US.
I think Rajan answered. Hi, Scotty. We have 150 Phantom unit coming to our Canadian fulfillment center early next week. If you need more information regarding your specific order, please contact our support team via email. Thank you, Rajan. Austin. Small accident with my City 22 Pro. The scooter doesn't turn on and the front suspension has been slightly pushed back. That's surprising. So it doesn't turn past the deck. Could service fix, or is it total? Yeah, we can fix it. It's a new front direction assembly. If your neck didn't shift, if the whole neck shifted, which I doubt, then yeah, the scooter is total. But from what you're describing, I suspect it's the direction tube that shifted back. So it should be fixable. And then we actually have this part in stock with our new assembly kits. That's great. Just contact CX. We're going to be assisting you. Donovan, my Phantom V3, when opening the app, still isn't doing auto connect. I have to manually connect it every time. The feature for auto connect is not out yet. It's out for all the pro beta testers, and we're testing it with them. And it's coming out, the official version, on September 9th, or maybe September 10th. But like for our developers, the sprint finished on September 9th. So that's when you're going to be having access to it. And so far for the pros, it's been working perfectly. So really excited for you to test that. Mike Bourne, any plans to improve the smart assistant feature? No issues, just asking.
I can answer. Yeah, perfect. Thank you. We never get any questions about Mavinoids.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Yes. It's good that you asked. We're actually redoing our help center that's currently hosted on a different platform. So it's going to be integrated with the smart assistant features that we have. And you'll be able to search and kind of go through it in a different format with longer form articles, which will be cool. And I'm also redoing all of the troubleshooting sections right now with the new models. And to make it a bit more intuitive versus having like one huge list with all the scooters, you'll just select the scooter model. And then if it's like hydraulic or regular, or if it's like CV52V, so it'll be a bit more intuitive to follow for the troubleshooting. So yeah, that's what I'm working on.
Thank you. And on the app side, one thing we are looking to do is to trigger some diagnostic when you get error codes as well. So on this aspect, it should be getting better as well. Is on that smart assistant, Rachel, is the question about the V2 60 volt going to V3 there?
Sorry?
There's a question like the topic about the Phantom V3 60 volt posted on Mavinoid.
Good question. I will add it if it's not though.
Yeah, because we still get a lot of questions.
You get it? A lot of people asking?
Yeah, there's someone else here.
I'll check.
From Not Sweetie, yo sup, when will the Phantom V2 60 volt get its V3 upgrade? I heard that it was put on pause. It is canceled because it's overheating, like we mentioned before, and we're going to be posting more details on the website, on the FAQ section. From Big Dunk, can I pay an extra to get my Pro in Chrome? Really like the look of it in Chrome. Yeah, I don't blame you. I love it too. For now, no. Just because we need to do the Chrome in China with on every part, so it's not even like, okay, like you will give me $200 and I'll do it here. So no, for now, no Chrome. Maybe, when we do the first production, we could ask the problem with Chrome is that you see all the imperfection, so you would receive your scooter that you pay like $4,000 for, and there's like you see small little imperfection. That's the main problem that I have with Chrome. If it was any other color, I'll say sure, let's do a run, but for Chrome, I have some reservation about doing it, so probably not for now. Georges Ketterer, what is the realistic range to expect for 225 riders on Apollo Pro? It really depends on your acceleration setting, how much you use regen compared to brake, but probably looking into the 50 to 60 kilometers if you are pushing it, meaning like if you go hard on acceleration. I think that's realistic. I would like to wrap the Pro to change the color. That's a good idea, Austin. And the Pro, it's all flat surfaces, so it should be pretty easy to do compared to our old scooter that everything is around, like this city. Good luck wrapping that. But for the Pro, or even like I'm looking with one of our customers was doing that before. It's vinyl like cut out for scooters, so it could be cool to offer it on the website as well. And maybe that's a better idea that's how you could gain the Chrome finish on the gray scooter at a very low cost, and that would look perfect. Jean-François Coulombe Vigneault, I've read Mach 1 controller tend to heat on the goes. Any special heatsink to add to prevent heating? No, it should be good, and I can tell you right now what is the average temperature for the Ghost that we have here. Give me 1 second, but for your question about the heatsink, so Apollo Ghost, we had 35 people received their kit, and the average controller temperature is 70, which is a bit high compared to our other model. Well, first of all, I think we need to release a video of how to install this kit properly with the heatsink that goes on it, because right now there's just the one that customers made. You take the heatsink that we put in the box. There's one that is included with the Ghost that was not included with the Phantom, and you put it on the surface where you have the little texture on this surface here, the one with the waves, and then you put this directly on the middle of the frame, and that should be good. But don't put it on the flat surface at the back, because it's empty in there. It's really all in where the heatsink is of the controller, that the components are that are getting out. So yeah, that would be a good way to do it. And if you really want to push it, and it sits overheating, like what I would do, not ideal, but if you ask me, like I would put it in the front, and I would like do some holes that wouldn't be really waterproof, but I would do some holes in the plastic cover of the deck, so you have some air going in. I think that would be a good way to cool it down faster. And then you can put like a screen, a middle, like a how do you call that, like a moustiquaire, you can put like this to block the water, like cars do for their intakes. That's what I would do. All right, the Rover Light Go Alpha V2, whatever the name of that thing is, walkthrough video is scheduled to go live next week. Yes, and we made a really cool thumbnail for this, so I'm excited for people to see it. Yeah, that V2 is gonna be, you're gonna see the difference between the V1 to the V2 it's insane. So I'm really excited for all of you to see it. All right, we have 5 minutes left. Well, Rip, what about a controller that is the same as the one right now, but as app connectivity? That should work, right? The app connectivity is coming from the display. It's never coming from the actual controller. The problem that we have is, well, first of all, there's no display that fit directly with the Bluetooth. I tried, because that would have been a lot easier than making a new controller display throttle. This factory doesn't offer anything like this, and more importantly, to integrate the communication protocol of any displays to the mobile app. That's super complicated. We still struggle right now with our own controller, so the amount of work required to just a V2 60 volt, it would be insane. For everyone who has this and have a lot of time on their end, like I would look into VESC. That's a programmable controller. That's I have it right here. 1 second. That's a programmable controller that's going to allow you to. It's this Ludo that we made originally. You're going to be able to not overheat your controller and have all the same functionality and have a mobile app. So VESC, those 4 letters. That's what you want. Do you think you will bring back the renting program like last year? I don't think so. It was not economically viable. That's even how you say it. Yeah, it was a lot of trouble. And at the end of the season, well, you're stuck with a gigantic amount of scooters in the warehouse, and we don't have any bucks. It's not ideal, maybe in the long term, but I think we need to get better with our entry-level SKU models, like we're doing with the Light. That's going to last a long time with self-healing tires, and then relaunch it rather than doing it like with the Air 21 that we had problem with flat tires at first and a couple other things. Like I want like a tank that's going to last like 3 years if you do rent it. That would be the goal. Phantom coming out next week. Can you say what order number will get a fulfillment or what number they are at? Probably not right now. I would suggest to just contact CX and Huda or someone in CX.
Yeah, there's also an email going out by marketing that's going to be going through the list of what order numbers are being shipped out.
Fantastic. Thank you, Huda. So that should help you, Jeffrey. DC, the status of the new app for Android, 9 of September. That's when you're going to get it. Right now, it's being tested for with all the pro beta. So, yeah, 9 of September. From Nazi Sweetie, wait on my fail. I think I just got it. If I buy the current V3 upgrade pack, which is 52 volt, I would downgrade 50 volt instead of 60 volt. Exactly. You're right. That's how you would do it. Or again, get this controller that I just mentioned. From Jeff Bill, how do you change a flat tire on the Apollo Air 2022? We have a ton of video online of how to do it. So just check on YouTube. It's pretty straightforward. From Austin, thank you so much. I will bring it to the service when I pick up my Pro Beta. Perfect. Thank you, Austin. Tristan Powell took delivery of a City 23 dual motor and love it. Only thing that I'd like to see in the future models, a dedicated button for cruise control and combined turn signal toggle. Yeah, I got that comment a lot for turn signal. To be honest with you, is that we put so much money into our V8 throttle and they feel so great. There's no way I'm reopening another mold for this. So I would need to take something off the shelf. They all look like garbage. So to be investigated, but you're not the first one to mention this. And for the turning signal dedicated button, we're going to be releasing an app update that is going to allow you to do that. You keep your finger on the left turning signal, I think, and the cruise control is going to kick in. So that's going to be great. I'm looking forward for that release. So there you go, Tristan. So happy I went with Apollo. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you. That's very kind of you. Bubble Magic, are tire sealant products such as slime or flat out worth using for tires with tube? No, they're not. They're not worth anything, to be honest. You're just going to waste money. Snell Army, I ordered an Apollo City Pro 23 dual motor yesterday. When can I expect it? Like we said, Rachel, I think we are shipping early next week. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Perfect. That's when you're going to get it to Snell Army. Christian Ozuna Francisco, why Apollo scooters don't open a store in Spain? So we have partners in Spain. I don't know their name on top of my head.
Irving, Rajan posted a link to the store. So we do, in fact, have wholesalers in Spain.
Perfect. Thank you. I think it's downtown Barcelona, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, go check them out. Okay. Any other question quickly? Can you powder coat different color? The question about the powder coat. Can you powder coat in a different color? As you said, chrome shows imperfection. I'm still waiting to pay what is. I'm willing to pay what is needed. Yes, you can powder coat the old scooter. You just need to disassemble it, remove the bearing and stuff, and then powder coat it. Totally doable. From Nicola, I know we are over time, so if one of you need to go, please feel free to go. For the acceleration setting on the city, is there a way to modify the acceleration curve? That is, make the scooter accelerate slower at low speed but faster at high speed? No, you cannot. Right now, we just introduced that you can choose dedicated speed for each gear. And I think that's about it, what we're going to go into details for this. Well, first of all, because honestly, I don't even have the capability with the SDK of the app. And I think it would be too complicated from like the general amount of users. So we still have the sliding bar, you still have the gear that is customizable. So I think that's going to be it for now. Safe riding this weekend, guys. See you next week. Thank you, Michael. And I can't wait for the Explore 2024 to come out. Me too. Me too. Can't wait. But it's going to be great. So maybe an update on that. I got it's in the making right now, but we are always adapting the 3D file, with the feed, like I mentioned at the beginning of the call, with feedback we get like from the Pro, for example. And that 3D file is looking great. That scooter is going to be butter smooth. Really excited about that. When will the pre-order? What do we have here? When will the pre-order Apollo Pro be shipping? We would be looking at probably end of the year, around December. That's when you will most likely get it. So we're going to be collecting all the feedback from the data. We're going to make the change on the 3D file and on the molds. And then we're going to trigger the production. We're going to go in China to see how it's going and make sure everything was fixed. And then those units are going to be put on the boat and shipped to you, which would lead to around end of December. Can you customize the acceleration curve on the Pro? I just answered that, really just with the sliding bars that we have for all the other models. When will the Explore come out? Will battery be available to buy? Yes, 100%. That's a goal. You can buy 10 of them if you want. That's good for you because you can decide the capacity you want to bring with you, and that's good for us because it's a great accessory to sell after sell. We're probably going to have two versions, like a regular battery pack and an XL. And maybe in the box we're going to be including two, or you can pay enough cost from the start and get two in the box. I'm not sure yet, but yeah, that's very much the plan. And what is nice about the Explorer is that the battery stick out, so we are not limited by the capacity we want to do compared to a scooter when the battery is inside, that you're limited by the frame and the cover. So we could go like this high and have a gigantic battery. So that's pretty cool. What range should I expect from Avalocity 23 dual motor on a 150-pound 5.8 rider? Just go on our, I think on the website now we do publish the realistic range and what you're going to get. And there's the electric scooter guide video about the City 23 is coming out this week, I believe, if not this weekend. So yeah, check this review. It's going to give you a really good idea. And how Paul Somerville, the writer from Rider Guide, tests his scooter is really like a methodical. So that's going to give you a really good idea of what to expect on Saturday. Thank you, Richard. So that's pretty much it. That's it. Is there anything else you would like to add, Huda or Rachel?
Nope, that's all for me.
Rachel too. All right, fantastic. Thank you everyone for all the questions. At first, I remember in the first episode we had like 3 questions, and it was hard to talk for the remaining 30 minutes. But now it's back to back. It's nice, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. See you.